College football is about to make another huge change. For the first time ever, coming very soon, there will be a 16-team college football playoff. So in today's video, I'm going to give you my instant reaction. What are the rules behind this expanded playoff? What does this mean for the Big Ten? Most importantly, what does this mean for Nebraska? I'll give you the pros, the cons, and what this means for the program. So really quick, very honest video. Hit that like button if you're fired up. And really quick, if you're a diehard Nebraska fan, you're unsubscribed, what are you waiting for? We post daily content. Be a part of this family. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. But without further ado, let's talk about the future of college football because, man, oh man, changes are coming, and they're coming quick. It was announced over the past couple of days that the college football 16-team playoff has been gaining a lot of momentum to be implemented going into the 2026 season. So not 2025, but next season, going into next year, it looks like it will be implemented, which is a massive year for Nebraska, by the way. We'll talk about Nebraska as the video progresses, the implications for us. We'll have a big time conversation. Make sure to stick around for the entirety of this video. But looking at the rules of this new 16-team playoff, okay, there's going to be 4 automatic bids for the SEC, 4 automatic bids for the Big Ten, 2 automatic bids for the ACC, 2 for the Big 12, 1 for the group of 6, and then 3 at large that can pretty much go to anybody. So right off the bat, that looks fairly right. Obviously, SEC and the Big Ten, those are the best conferences in football. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the 3 at large bids that are pretty much going to go back to the Big Ten and SEC as we're about to talk about. Now, there's a couple big time changes as well. It's going to be straight line seeding. So although a conference champion, they're guaranteed to make the playoff, they're not guaranteed to get a top 4 seed like it was last year. So for example, Boise State, they were a top 4 seed. That's not going to happen in this new playoff because you're just going to go wherever you go. Wherever they decide you're best fit, they're going to put you there. But there's no guaranteed seeding spots. So that's a good move. But the thing that I'm really excited about on the 16-team playoff, there's no buys. In the first week, the first round, it's going to be 8 home games. So if you're the number 1 team in the country, let's say it's Ohio State. Ohio State's going to be hosting the 16 seed at their house for a night game in December. It's going to be crazy. So instead of only 4 home college football playoff games like we got this year, it's going to go to 8. And I think that's a really good thing, especially for Nebraska. And we'll talk about Nebraska again. If Nebraska somehow were to host one of these games, it would be huge for this program for a multitude of reasons. So I like that. And honestly, I like the expansion for a couple reasons because I just think the 12-team playoff was really awkward. We saw that the buys really didn't help the teams. Every single team that got a bye ended up losing first round because when you get a bye, you're not playing for basically a month. You get very rusty, okay? Although you're healthy and you just haven't played that long, you haven't played against real talent, so the buys really don't help you as much as you think they will. I think that the home crowd advantage is very important for a university. It's better to play at home than it is to play at a neutral site game. Like, that's really not going to make you too much money anyways. So I really like this for a lot of reasons. We'll get back to that. But what does this mean for Nebraska? Because Nebraska is expected to make the playoff potentially. Maybe not this year, but in 2026, you better believe that's going to be the expectation. This is a good thing for us. And Matt Rule said in the past that he wants the playoff to be expanded because he wants to make it. He wants an opportunity. Again, next year's going to be so hyped up for us, guys. Like, I think you guys need to understand how hyped up 2026 is going to be. Okay, Raiola is going into his 3rd year. Matt Rule is going into his 4th year. Jacory Barney is going into his 3rd year. There are so many big-time prospects who are going to be coming back for Nebraska. We're going to add on a bunch of transfers again. There's a lot of expectations. If we can maybe rattle off 8-9 wins this year, going into 2026, the expectation will be 10 or 11. It just makes it easier to make the college football playoff. So it's perfect timing that this is going to be implemented. But it's so doable for Nebraska now. All you really need is 9 wins to make this 16-team playoff. All you need is really 9. We have a hard schedule next year. We play a bunch of really good squads. I think we have Penn State, Ohio State. I believe we play Michigan too, or we play Oregon in there. So we have a tough schedule next year. I'll give them that. But we really only need to win 9 games out of the bunch. 9-3 is very doable. So it's easier to make the playoff for us. There's a lot of expectations anyways. You know that they're gonna favor the Big Ten. In the past, only the top 4 Big Ten teams to make the playoff. Now it's gonna be probably the top 6 Big Ten teams because those at-large bids are going right to the Big Ten. So listen, I think it's pretty interesting for a multitude of reasons. But this is big for Nebraska. There's a lot of implications. And again, if we make the college football playoff and we get that first round bid and we get that home game, we get one more game at Memorial Stadium with all that revenue, with all that attention on national television, with the hype that's going to come around that. Like, that's so huge for this program. And it's going to be in the winter conditions. We're going to have an advantage with the snow. We're going to have a lot more NIL money flowing with the program. The brand is going to skyrocket. Recruiting is going to skyrocket. So I'm in favor of this 16-team playoff. It's big for Nebraska. It helps us objectively. As for the future of college football, I know I was never a huge fan of expansion, but if you're going to go big, you might as well go completely big. You might as well go all in. Okay, if you're going to go from 4 to 12, that was dumb. You might as well go from 4 to 16. So let's go to 16, but let's keep it at 16. If we're going to go to 16, we're never going to expand it ever again. That's my take, but I like it. I like the home games. In my opinion, and this is completely my opinion, I believe that you should play home games every single round up until the national championship game. Like, at this point, bowl games are irrelevant. I might as well get away with them because the neutral site games are the worst. They're the worst for college football. They make college football look like the NFL. We're not trying to be the NFL. We shouldn't try to be like the NFL, okay? What's unique about college football is the home atmosphere. They should try to utilize that in the playoffs more. But I like this 12-team playoff. It's good for a lot of reasons. And you know that TV revenue is going to go nuts. So I think this is good for Nebraska. I'm actually kind of excited about it. I want to hear what you have to say. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section. Hey, if you made this far in the video, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe. As always, folks, go grab, go out, roll, and I'll see you in the next one.